sometimes to help us understand concepts, it's important for us to understand what something is not as opposed to what it is. So coaching, what it is not, is someone that is a consultant, for instance. A consultant is one who comes into an organization, typically looks at the organization as a whole, and from their own expertise and experience and tools that they have, and their own knowledge and skills, they're able to diagnose issues and problems. Sometimes they do assessments. Often it involves some recommendations at the very end. So coaches are not consultants. They are also not therapists. Therapists are more clinically oriented. There's typically a diagnosis and a treatment plan, and they're trying to diagnose something and prescribe some kind of treatment for that diagnosis. So a coach is none of those. As a matter of fact, even if you think about a football coach, really coaching is not that either, because a coach kind of directs what's happening on the field. So what a coach is someone who stands beside their client. The client is the one who holds all the keys to the agenda. So whatever it is that they want to talk about or they want to accomplish is what the agenda is. The coach is simply there to stand by them, to help kind of manage the conversation, and probably I would say that at least in what I do, I ask a lot of what we call powerful questions. So those are questions that really stimulate your thinking, help you think outside the box a little bit, help you think from another perspective, and typically that's what we do as coaches. So we're not there to solve the problem. The client actually solves their own problems, but we're there to help them to figure out possibilities and solutions and options, and then we also hold them to those action steps that they desire to do at the end of the session. So how this typically happens is we have an issue where there's a gap in the client's life, some kind of gap somewhere between what they desire to do or where they want to be and where they currently are. So that's the gap. And then what we try to do as coaches is to, again, percolate some options and some perspectives that perhaps they haven't thought of in order to think up some options, and then the client actually decides which of those options are the most realistic that they can manage in their own life. And once that is done, and then we encourage movement. So all this is also about forward movement. It's not thinking about the past at all, but it's about moving forward. How do we move forward in accomplishing that goal? So that's what coaching is all about. And in an organizational setting, again, with a new leader or an emerging leader, there's not a better way to develop someone, because it's their own agenda. It's something they desire to do, and generally when it's your own idea and something that you desire to do, you're much more motivated to do those things.